All right, what's up, everyone? This is a little late. I have been busy with work, so currently it is March 9th, but wanted to go through the February review because it's been a little while. Um, Obviously, a lot has changed over the past week. The U.S. and Israel um, attacking areas of Iran and all of that, and the markets have seen a major jump. So everything is not exactly where it was at the end of February. I did take a screenshot of where my portfolio was and updated everything at that point in time. So this is all as if it were the end of February. With that being said, I have already been investing into the stock market to begin the month of March. I haven't input any of that data into my holdings yet. So I'll be updating that after this video. But again, like every monthly breakdown, going to go through how much I invested, my monthly IAI page, the dashboard overview, portfolio breakdown, annual goals, investment graphs, and then finally the dividend income from the month of February. So to start with, let's go with the month of February. Overall, it was a pretty good month. Brought in about $11,000. As you can see, my investment monthly total compared to my income was 52%. And that split was between my brokerage account, my 401k, Acorns, my HSA, and my Roth 401k, which was added this year. My company started offering a Roth 401k, and I wanted to take advantage of that. So I will be planning to make a separate video on why I specifically decided to start investing into my Roth 401k, which may come out later this month. It'll be a quick video, but virtually talking through the differences between my 401k and Roth 401k and why I made the switch. But as you can see, I'm still investing into the 401k. Virtually, that's where my company allows its company match. And so I still want to take advantage of that quote unquote free money, where if I invest a certain percentage into my 401k, my company will match that percentage. And so as you can see, they actually match up perfectly once the employer match is included. But figured I might as well take advantage of that and then have an additional percentage in my Roth 401k. Overall, my expenses between both personal and work expenses was $5,000. The breakdown, 56% of that was from personal expenses. 43% was from work. I changed some things up. I added a vacation expense. I feel like it's good to kind of separate this out from a few of the other ones, and I might continue to make some changes here, but did go on a quick vacation. So I want to be aware of how much I'm spending on an annual basis when it comes to, vacations and doing stuff outside of the norm. Because I do think there is obviously a benefit to taking some time off of work and relaxing a bit if you can, but doing that within a certain constraint, not spending all your money on it, but making sure you're spend some time away from work and the stresses of everyday life. All right, dashboard time. This has had a pretty big change over the past week and a half. But these were numbers that this is where I was at the end of February with my emergency fund and my SPACs cash. Year to date, my SPACs interest was $670. 401k 116, second 401k around 80,000, Roth IRA just over 19, Acorns, Roth 401k, total investments equal to 302,000, and my cash sitting at about 40% of my overall value total cash, so $505,000, and 40% of that is in actual cash or in high interest savings account, things like that. The reason why that is so high is I am still sitting here waiting to purchase a house, and the market just doesn't seem like it's I haven't found anything that I love. I do appreciate having a little bit extra cash. I think I'm a little bit more conservative in nature past, having a 3 to 6 uh, month emergency fund. I like a little bit more. It gives me some wiggle room too. If there is a massive downturn, it allows me to invest a little bit more in that month. And I just don't like feeling like I'm completely up against the wall with my money. But this is a ton. I'm going to be getting that down a little bit. But I mean, it's nice to have a majority of this in high interest accounts so that at least I'm getting a few $100s a month, kind of trying to stay up with the pace of inflation, all of that. Um, oh, might as well show this. So I did screenshot this at the end of the month. There we go. So this is where I was actually at the end of February. So I was at 81,751. My portfolio was up 17%. Total holdings 20. Everything else is roughly the same. So seen a drop off since then, but that's kind of natural when it seems like the U.S. has kind of gone into wartime in some ways. Yeah, so right now, just under $80,000. Then, what else are we going to? Boom, portfolio holdings. I don't know how I don't know this at this point in time. I've done this now for almost a year, but still don't know the order I go in. Portfolio breakdown, though. Here is where we're at currently. Big red day here. I will be probably adding more to some of my positions. Specifically, I haven't been investing into SCHD just because it had such a fast. Just because it had such fast growth, I felt like it just happened overnight, and I think I'm a little wary when that happens. I don't want to just kind of ride that wave and jump in, because then I will inevitably jump in when it hits 31.59, and then it'll start going down. So I try to kind of stay away from it, or stay away from investing when I feel like I've kind of missed the wave. Maybe that's a bad approach. I don't know, but that's how I feel about it. So at this point, though, it seems like it's coming down. I might start to invest a little bit, pick up a share or two, and kind of slowly start to dollar cost average my way back in. But clearly it's had a pretty good run, being up 14% since I really started investing into it. And then DGRO, still dollar cost averaging into that. But yeah, everything is red right now. Gush has seen a big spike, obviously, considering that's a leveraged ETF on gas and oil. But may find sort of an off-ramp there, sell out of that, maybe sell out of some other positions like CSGP. That hasn't moved at all. Might as well just call this a loss at this point. That was me being stupid back in the day, probably in like 2021, 2022, just wasting my money at that point in time. Did not know anything about it, and bought in like an idiot. So might start selling out of those positions, and yeah, taking some of the profits like this, reinvesting that into other positions that I feel more comfortable with, like the S&P or DGRO or SCHD. But this is where I'm at. Overall, in the month of February, I invested just under $3,000 into my Dividend/brokerage account. So I'm 11% of the way to my goal, a little behind where I should be, but that's all right. Again, January started off pretty hot. The market's down overall for the year, so I'm probably going to start kind of investing a little bit more every month. I've already invested a fair amount, or not that much, but a fair amount in the month of March, and we'll continue investing today and so on. Overall, not at any of my goals for the year. That makes sense. It's only the beginning of March. Overall, tracking my monthly expenses again, just so I can kind of build an understanding of how much I'm spending every month, what I'm spending my money on, make sure I'm not just wasting all my money. And this will help me track as well, like how close I am to maybe being able to retire early. That is a goal that I have in my life, and you can't retire early if you don't know how much you're spending on a monthly basis. You need to know how much dividend income slash income or withdrawal income from your investments you need to be able to take to live off of your expenses, or if you want to do a little bit more. So the only way I can really understand my expenses is by tracking them and continuing to track this month over month. This will change when I own a house and things like that, but this is where I'm at. Here's how much I've invested, obviously. And on average, I'm investing about just under $2,000 into my brokerage account every month. That's obviously on top of what I'm investing into my 401k and my traditional retirement assets. Here is, I did input all this information at the end of February so that it was all accurate at the time, because I like tracking my numbers month over month. So here is my dividend portfolio growth over time. A lot of this has just been investing more into different positions. Obviously my positions have been growing or falling, decreasing, but this is the trend. Naturally, I'm sure there's going to be months that go down. Like, who knows where March will end, and so on. So I'm just going to continue investing, and in 2028, I'll look back, and this may not look crazy at that point. I don't know. It's just fun to see, and be aware that some months grow more than others. Sometimes you hit it well, you invested a lot and things grew at the right time. Other months like this, you've seen a drop by nearly $2,000 or more in your investment portfolio, and that's totally fine. So at the end of February, overall, my total investments, so I pretty much had a $7,000 change month over month from January to February. And this is only going to be updated once a year anyway for my total dividends, but I will love to track that year over year, see how it changes. All right. February dividend income. This is not that exciting. I've already updated a little bit in March, but in February right now, all I have is Apple. No crazy changes. So $2.12 for the month of February. Obviously, I had my SPACs interest as well, $347. So together, $350, which is nice. It's good to see that that number. I mean, $350 I didn't have before. So I always kind of struggled, honestly, with my money and putting it into like a high interest account. I don't know why. I was thinking about that this morning. But it's just kind of like an additional paycheck for yourself. Like, good job by you for saving, here's a little extra money. I don't know why I was just fine with leaving it in a checking account, making 0.01% interest on it and making 5 cents or $5 on $135,000. It's pretty ridiculous how much money I wasted when you look back on it, but can't really dwell on the past. Only moving forward here. So, and then obviously you can see in March I've already been paid on a few different dividends. March is a fairly big month. April is my big month after that. So dividend total so far this year, $11. All overall between interest and dividends, $680, averaging right now 95 cents a month. Compare that to 2025. I was averaging about $75 per month, so I think that's going to be a fun little measurement to track, see how things change year over year. Obviously, already have a few investments. April will be a little bigger because I really didn't start tracking this information till June. So a couple more months before I hit that year point where I feel like I pay more attention to everything. We'll see how it all unfolds. Just as a little sneak peek, Hims obviously is having a really great day. I did buy a little bit more actually last week. And just figured I'd dollar cost average down a little bit. I do believe in the company. I know that they're dealing with a little bit of turmoil right now with the U.S. government and Novo Nordisk with selling compounded drugs, but for weight loss and all that. But obviously, there was some news this weekend that Novo Nordisk and Hims came to an agreement potentially. So that's why there's this massive spike today. I think I'm actually right around even now with my dollar cost average down. I didn't buy a ton, but I bought a little bit because I figured we'll see what happens. It is a little nerve wracking whenever the government's suing you and all that. But yeah, I wanted to get a little bit lower. Figured I liked the company. I had some conviction. So figured I'd put a little bit more stock into it. And dollar cost average down, and I may just get out of it when it breaks even and call it quits. But we'll see. So that is everything for this month. Pretty fast turnover. Sorry for being late. But it's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, happy with my investments for the month, starting this month strong, and we'll continue to invest as the market's going down right now. So hopefully everyone's staying safe, and talk to y'all soon. See you.